Okay, guys, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and go forward and get started with part three of our program. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to talk about Tennessee laws, rules, and regulations relating to the sale and service of alcoholic beverages. Okay. Just a few laws that we're going to cover today. Number one, the minimum age to serve an alcoholic beverage at an on-premise establishment is 18. On-premise. We have in Tennessee on-premise and off-premise classes. On-premise means you're serving, you're pouring, you're selling at the location. Applebee's, Red Lobster, Fridays, TGI Fridays, Cheddar's, the restaurants downtown on Beale Street, stuff like that. Okay? Off premise means you're going into the liquor store, the grocery store to buy a bottle of wine, to take it from the location, off the premise, to your home to consume. So you're serving, pouring, selling at the location. This is the on-premise establishment. The minimum age to serve alcoholic beverage at an on-premise establishment is 18. You cannot be 17, going on 18. You have got to be 18 at the time of purchase. And you know what? I've had some people say, I got this person is the host, and can they're 17 and so and so, so and so. Okay, you got to be 18 to sell, to serve, to pour, and have a server permit. Okay. I've had people, well, they don't have a server permit, and all they're doing is just running liquor to the table. You got to have a server permit to serve, to sell, to pour in Tennessee. Number two, it is illegal to sell or serve alcoholic beverages to persons that's not 21. You can't sell alcohol to somebody 20 going on 21. You have got to be 21 at the time of purchase. To purchase, to buy, to consume, you've got to be 21. And a person who just turned 21 today was born what year?
1998.
1998. Okay? Number three. And today is 4/24/1998. Okay? So that's what today's date is. Number three. It is illegal to sell alcoholic beverages to persons who's visibly intoxicated. You can't sell alcohol to somebody drunk in a Cooter Brown. Like that photo that we showed, and that man had visible intoxication. Right. He's drunk. You cannot sell alcohol to someone who is visibly intoxicated. You can look at them and tell that they're drunk. You cannot. Happy hour restriction, number four. And let me tell you what happy hour restriction is. Beginning at 10 o'clock, it is illegal to serve two or more drinks of alcoholic beverages to a customer at one time. Happy hour is this: two for the price of one, two margaritas for the price of one, two daiquiris for the price of one, two beers for the price of one. Okay? That's $10. And that's $10. That's right. This is $10. Okay? It is 10 o'clock at night. You cannot come to the table like this.
You have to get one at a time.
It has to be served one at a time. 10 o'clock. Only two for the price of one. I'm not talking about a Boilermaker, like a shot and that. I'm talking about two for the price of one. Absolutely. Okay? So what you're going to do is 10 o'clock. You brought the drink to the customer. The customer. Where's my other drink? You take it. That was served what? One at a time. The statute does not state that they have to be done with it. It has to be served one at a time. Okay? All right. Okay, let's go to number 6 and skip 5. Go to 6. Alcohol should not be sold or consumed on the premises between the hours of 3 a.m. and 8 a.m. Monday through Saturday, or between the hours of 3 a.m. and 10 a.m. Sunday through, unless the local jurisdiction has opted out of the expanded hours. If such is the case, then the consumption and sale of alcoholic beverages may begin at 12 noon on Sundays. Okay, you got to stop serving liquor at 3 in the morning. Now, from Memphis all the way up to Johnson City, Gatlinburg, all the way towards the end of Tennessee, the whole entire state of Tennessee, Where is the only place that you can serve liquor at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning legally? You've got to stop selling liquor, serving liquor at 3 o'clock. And I think there's going to be another place in Nashville that's going to be allowed. But currently, there's only one place that I can walk in, set my purse down, and give them my ID and say I want liquor at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning by the pour. Where is the only place? Do you all know? Beale Street.
I didn't know that.
Beale Street have license to serve to 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, some of them, here's the thing. Some of the establishments on Beale Street, probably due to insurance purposes or something like that, may close at 3 o'clock. But just that little stretch of Beale Street, they can serve to 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Yes. Okay, but you got to stop serving liquor at 3 o'clock. And I've heard people say, well, at this place, at that place, but legally, you know. Number 7, it's prohibited to offer or deliver free alcoholic beverages or wine to any persons or group of people. You can't give free liquor away. If you're working in an establishment, you can't say to the customer, I'm going to pay for this for you. It's on me. Would you like a glass of wine? I'm paying for her wine. You can't say that. Okay, the manager cannot come out and give free liquor away. The owner can, not with these permits and with these licenses. You cannot give free liquor away in the state of Tennessee. Have you ever gone to Olive Garden? You know with samples they charge 25 cents for a sample. It's because you can't give free liquor away. In Mississippi, they give samples away, but because of the law, you cannot give free liquor away in Tennessee.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you know, I've heard a lot of people say, well, if I'm going to pay for it, no. You cannot give free liquor away in the state of Tennessee. Okay? Number 8. It's prohibited to award any wine or alcoholic beverage as a prize or free drink for encouraging or conducting any game or contest which involves drinking or uses wine or alcohol as a prize or free drink. Okay? You cannot use alcohol as a prize. These little games that they have, wet t-shirt contest, bull riding, mechanical bull, horseplay, beer pong, and then all of a sudden the alcohol, here's a free beer, here's a free bottle of wine or something like that.
They can't do it.
Alcohol cannot be the prize. Alcohol cannot be the prize, okay? So you cannot use alcohol. If you have a game or you're, name the 13 original colonies. Give them some nachos or something if you're playing a game like that or whatever. But alcohol cannot be the prize, okay? Number 9. Offering or delivering unlimited amounts of wine or alcohol for a fixed price is prohibited, okay? We do not have all you can drink in the state of Tennessee for a fixed price or risk ban. All you can drink for $100. We don't have that. And I have a lot of people because we're here at Arkansas and we're here in Memphis now. This is where this class is. And we're at Arkansas and Mississippi, right there at the border. And a lot of people will say, well, over at the casino, that's Mississippi. Well, over at the dog track, that's Arkansas. This is Tennessee. We're governed by different laws. We do not have unlimited amounts of alcohol for a fixed price. That is prohibited in Tennessee. Number 10, a copy of your server permit should remain on premise and remain available for review. The original permit belongs to the server. Okay? Now, it's a copy of it. Okay? You know what? And another thing, take a photo of your permit and have it on your phone. Have it on you. And then give your manager a copy of your server permit. Now, we skipped 5. Remember that? Let's go back to 5, and I want to read that law. It is illegal to sell or deliver to any person any alcoholic beverages that are priced less than the regularly charged for the drink in the sides during the same calendar week, except at a private function not open to the public, or increase the volume of alcohol contained in one drink during any calendar week without increasing proportionately. Okay? And that's what number 5 is. But back to 10, we want to remember copies of a server permit should remain on premise and remain available for review. So make sure you give your manager a copy of your permit. Page 29, your legal responsibility. When you serve a customer an alcoholic beverage, that customer becomes your responsibility. It's very important for you to be aware of a customer when they come in your establishment or place of work displaying signs of intoxication. You, as a server of alcohol, now have legal duties to refuse service to that customer. You may not be aware of exactly how much alcohol the customer has consumed. The customer may have been overserved in another establishment, but now the customer is your responsibility. There's a lot of responsibility that comes along with serving alcoholic beverages. Servers have to make sure that their customers are of legal drinking age and not overserved. It's your legal duty to serve alcohol responsibly. If you do not act in accordance of the law, it can result in loss of lives, loss of liquor license, fines, imprisonment, closing of the establishment where you're employed. Okay, so this is the thing. It's your legal responsibility. You don't know if the customer came drunk from the restaurant across the street. Maybe they put him out. Maybe they put him or her out, okay? Now the customer is an alcoholic. They're looking for a drink. So now they're at your establishment. And you know what I've seen before? I've gone to the bar and I've seen, I'm not a drinker, but you know, sometimes at the bar they give you half price on appetizers. So I've gone to the bar and I've seen people, you hear people talking, and they may say the server has cut them off. The bartender has cut them off. This person is campaigning, telling us that they just left the bar. Now they're there. Well, where is it? Where is looking for another bar down the street so they can go down there and continue to drink. When people have problems and issues like that, sometimes they go from bar to bar or whatever. But you need to serve and sell alcohol responsibly. You cannot prove what has happened in another establishment. You don't know if the people across the street put this person out, but now they're in here, they're in your face, they're your legal responsibility, and you are a responsible server. You're going to serve, sell alcohol responsibly. If you don't act in accordance of the law, it can result in loss of lives. People get killed, okay? Loss of liquor license. Establishments, I've seen it, where establishment liquor license have been removed from them, okay? How can a place like these, chain restaurants that's famous for selling liquor or these little tutti frutti drinks and whatever, make it without being able to serve liquor? And if their liquor licenses are removed, they'll go on notice. This will happen. They're written up. They have fines. And after a while, the state is going to say enough is enough. You all can't do the right thing. We're going to remove your liquor license. So you think about some of the establishments you go to. How long will they be able to survive without liquor license? That's crazy. Okay? Fines. The fines. In excess of thousands and thousands of dollars. Could you imagine imprisonment or jail time if you sell alcohol to a minor? Think about that. Closing of the establishment where you're employed. If they have so many fines or whatever, they're going to have to eventually close because they won't be able to sustain without the bar. It's considered a bar, a neighborhood bar or whatever it is. And they won't be able to sustain that type of customer base without serving alcohol. And you got to remember, guys, let's go to page 30, but you got to remember, you don't want people to not have a good time, but you want to serve and sell alcohol responsibly. And you definitely do not want to overserve someone. So when you see visible intoxication, stop the service of alcohol. Stop the service of alcohol. And I'm going to talk about something that's coming up, about some things that people have said to me. Okay, on page 30, we're continuing with your legal responsibility because we want you to understand you are criminally liable. You're not guilty until you've gone through the judicial system, but you have criminal liability with these permits, okay? All right, your legal responsibility, dram shop liability laws. Dram shop liability laws, we talked about that a little bit earlier. Dram shop liability laws are enforced through civil lawsuits, allowing victims of alcohol or their families to sue alcohol vendors, servers, retailers for monetary damages. There are two types of dram shop cases that you should be concerned about. First party and third party case. First party case exists when the injured plaintiff is the person who was sold the alcoholic beverages. Third party case exists when the injured person is someone other than the intoxicated person, like a family member. Okay, their family member is dead and you think they're not going to do research and sue. There was a famous actor whose son was he died because of drug dealer who sold him something. And that man went after that drug dealer. And that is the thing, because people love their family members. Okay? And he went after him with a vengeance to make him pay. My loved one is no longer here, and I'm going after this person. So you think about it. If somebody, family members involved in a dram shop liability, somebody's family member is involved in an accident, you could very well be involved in a dram shop liability case. So you want to make sure you serve and sell alcohol responsibly. Civil liability. If you're found to be held civilly liable for contributing to a customer's injury due to the service of alcohol, you, the server, the owner of the establishment, all could face civil charges and fees under civil liability. Negligence law. Did we just talk about that? Negligence law is failure to use reasonable care that results in harm to another party. Criminal liability. If a person is found criminally liable for serving a minor or a customer who is visibly intoxicated, you can't serve a visibly intoxicated. Mentally incompetent, you can't serve somebody. You know what? A lot of people, and it's unfortunate, like to bring someone that may have retardation to the bar because they think it's funny. I want to see what he's going to do when he's drunk. If you see a person and you see that that person is not ordered, someone's ordering for that person, and that person is like mentally incompetent and have retardation or something like that, you could be held criminally liable. Okay? A known drunk. You know what? Let me give you an example of a known drunk. When we were talking about our customer at the top of the hour, he's on the outside. This man has gotten into many bar fights, tore the place down, tore up real bad. Now he's in your establishment looking at you in the face. Okay, he's coming trying to get in there. He's a person that you know to be a drunk. And I'm not talking about your neighbor down the street or your Uncle Rookabooga or whatever. I'm talking about this customer has been in there. He's caused trouble. He's a known drunk. The manager has banned him from the property. Banned him from the property. Now he's in the establishment and he's telling you, oh, just give me a little piece. Just give me a little piece of it. You cannot serve a person you know to be a drunk. He's a known drunk, okay? The server, you can face fines, jail, and embarrassment. You need to cover your assets. And do what?
Always serve safe.
Always serve safe, okay? This leads us to drink counts. We're going to talk about drink counts, okay? Keeping a mental count of the drinks that you're serving people, okay? And that's on page 31, okay? In the United States, a standard drink is any drink that contains 0.6 ounces of pure alcohol. This amount of pure alcohol is generally found. 12 ounces of beer, a can of beer, that's considered one drink. 5 ounces glass of wine, that's one drink. 1.5 ounces of 80 proof distilled spirit, that's one drink, okay? So if you have, let's get our little tools out. We're going to get this thing going right. Okay, I got a little whiskey glass. Can you give me, it's in this thing on the black thing on top of this thing, inside this thing. In this, behind there, it's a little whiskey glass. It's in that black box. You see it? And that little black thing sitting on top of that yellow. You see it? In that black box. Yeah, little whiskey glass. Okay, the little glass, it's a whiskey glass, a little short glass. What you said? You don't do no drinking, do you? Chris, that's a glass. I'm gonna show you something. That's what you're gonna put with. You see, it's two of them in there.
I give you options.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay.
Well, you're well stocked up.
Right.
I'm telling you. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, wow. That looks like a flower base.
This is what they're gonna put whiskey in.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right.
You see what I'm saying? They're gonna put whiskey in this glass.
That's a big
Right
one.
there.
Big one.
Yeah. And this is what they're gonna put more than likely beer in, and then beer in that right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what you got is a whiskey glass.
Yeah, they'll more than likely put whiskey in something like this right here. Okay. So when we're talking about drink counts, this is a little jiggy that you measure.
They call it a jigger.
Little jigger. Okay. And you're gonna, and what they do is take this.
It's two different sizes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they're gonna pour. Let me get this right.
One's like 1 ounce and the other 2 ounce.
One is 1, and the other one is a half.
Half.
A half.
One and then the other one's a half.
The other one is a half. So we're gonna do it like this. Okay. So what I did was I poured in here and then went over and poured. This is 1 ounce, and that's that half.
Okay.
And if you see that right there, when they do it there, for whiskey, that's considered 1 drink.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
If you got a double shot of Crown or Hennessy, that's considered 1 drink. And this is water, guys. This is water that's inside this bottle, because we can't have, this is water inside the bottle, okay? Okay? So, now, if you have, you're going to have this right here for a glass of wine.
And you don't fill it to the top anyway, the wine.
No, that's why you're measuring it. Okay, so we're going to have 5 ounces. Let me see. Of wine.
Makes 1 drink.
Okay, that's 4 right there. And then we're going to take another ounce. Right there. Put this in here. Okay.
1 drink.
That's 1 glass of wine. That's considered 1 drink, okay? When we had it in here, that's our whiskey, and that's considered 1 drink. And 12 ounces of beer. This is a 24 ounce.
So it'll be half.
It would be half of this for the beer. Half of this for the beer. So you want to keep, so if you had it in here, this would be 2. So right here, this is considered 4 drinks. 2, 3, and 4. That's what it's considered.
Beer mug is 2 drinks.
Absolutely. This is 2 12 ounces. This is 24 ounces. So you want to keep a mental count of what you're serving. Now, remember when we did ourselves about if we had 4 drinks or whatever, you keep a mental count. Are you going to sit there and serve these people 10, 20 drinks? Just keep a mental count of the drinks that you're serving. Always serve safe. What affects the individual is the actual amount of alcohol in the drink itself. As a server of alcohol, it's important for you to keep your customers at low risk limits. It's important for you to know how much alcohol you're serving these people. Don't overserve. More than likely the bartender, it depends on the establishment you're working at. Some servers, they let pour drinks and go and get drinks or samples or whatever, okay? You got to keep a mental count. Are you going to fill liquor up to here? This is considered 1 drink. This right here is 1 drink, a glass of wine, okay? So, this right here, 1.5, 1.5, that's a shot.
Okay.
That's considered 1 drink. That's a shot. That is considered 1 drink. That's a shot, okay? So if they have 2 of these, that's considered 2 drinks. You want to keep a mental count of what you are serving people. Don't overserve them. Let me show you something. I'm going to show you something. Look at that big drink there.
Wow.
Are you going?
You could put fish in there.
Yes. Are you going to serve him 5 of these? No. Look at that big base down there. That's right. Keep a mental count.
Too much, yeah.
Absolutely. So remember, what affects the individual is the actual amount of alcohol in the drink itself. As a server of alcohol, it's important for you to keep your customers at low risk limits. We say that again. It's important for you to know how much alcohol you serve a person. Look at the exercise down below. 1 12-ounce beer equals how many drinks? 1. This right here, 2 24 ounces.
It's
4 drinks.
That's 2.
2 drinks.
Because it's 12. That's 24 ounce. That's considered 2 drinks.
12 ounce beer is just 1.
12 ounce would be half. Okay.
24 is 2 drinks.
Absolutely. 2 24 ounce equals 2 drinks. 2 12 ounces equals 2 drinks. 2 24 ounce. That's right. 2 12 ounces of beers equals 2 drinks. 2 24 ounce of beers equals how many?
4.
4. That's right. 4. 2 24 ounce. That's right. Equals 4. Okay. 2 12-ounce beers equals 2. 1.5 ounces. 1 and 1.5. Okay. Crown and Coke equals what? 1 drink. Because Coke does what? Nothing. Coke does nothing to alcohol. Yeah. You'll hear people say, you know what? Bring me a double shot of Crown and cut it with Coke. You cannot cut alcohol with Coke. It just sweetens up the taste. Coca-Cola is what we're talking about. Does nothing for alcohol. Absolutely, okay? 1 64-ounce pitcher of Bud Light, 5 drinks. Now here's the thing. If you ever work at an establishment where they're serving wine, they sell a bottle of wine. And what they'll say is that they'll say this. You will get 5 drinks. You'll get 4 drinks out of here and 1 is free. That's what they tell you. So a lot of servers think that there are 4 drinks in there. There are 5 drinks in a 750 milliliters. 10 drinks in a 2 bottles of wine is 10 drinks. This 1 bottle of wine has 5 drinks in it, 750 milliliters. 5 drinks in a bottle of wine. So if you sell a person a bottle of wine, can you sell a bottle of wine to one person? Absolutely. If they're not what? Visibly intoxicated. The problem that's going to come in, oh, that Moscato was so good. Can I have another bottle? If somebody tells you that, maybe you want to get the manager. I just sold this person a bottle of wine. Now they want another. If it's 2 persons sitting there, that's like 2.5 drinks apiece. But you want to watch and look for visible intoxication and serve safe. And remember we said what, Omar? Observation skills, mental and monitoring skills, alert and awareness, and report the situation. Okay? So let's go over this again because I want to make sure we have an understanding. That is a 24 ounce. That's 2 drinks. Okay? That's a shot. That's right. That's what? 1 drink. Wine comes in, liquor comes in here, spirits. That's considered 1 drink. Okay? Okay? And a bottle of wine.
5 drinks.
5 drinks, okay? So, if somebody sat there and drank all of that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a lot right there. Okay? 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Keep a mental count of the drinks that you're serving and you're pouring. Always serve safe. Okay? And when in doubt, and if ever you get confused, you know how to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see what I'm saying? You want to keep a mental count. Because some people will sit there and drink 20 drinks if you allow them to do that. Some people will sit there and drink 20 drinks. But we are safe servers. And we want to prevent what? Traffic fatalities. Okay? So we want to serve safe. The strength of the drink plays a major role in how your customer's BAC will be affected. Keep a mental count of the drinks you serve. Never overpour. Always serve safe. All right, guys. Identifying problem drinkers. Page 32. Serving alcohol to visibly intoxicated persons is against the law. If you can tell by looking at an individual that he or she has been drinking, that person is visibly intoxicated. As a server of alcohol, you're required to spot problem drinkers, okay? The appearance of a person who's been drinking: flush face, watery eyes, disheveled clothing, perspiring heavily. Behavior: annoying other customers, argumentative, incoherent, violent. The speech of a person who's been drinking: slurred speech, rambling conversation, loud, raspy, hoarse voice. The attitude of a person: bad temper, aggressive, boisterous, disorderly. Understanding why people choose to drink. People drink for many reasons: social, celebration, peer pressure, stress, self-loathing, loneliness, good, bad, happy, sad times, Monday, Tuesday, hump day, any day. Please be mindful there are many reasons why people choose to drink. You should always serve safe. Know what you're doing. When you go on your job, you need to know what you're doing. And like I said, we don't want to be, police, stop people for having a good time. But drunk is drunk. You're never going to mistake drunk for not being drunk. Always serve safe. We cannot sell alcohol to what?
Drunk.
A visibly intoxicated person, drunk. We cannot serve. And we can't sell alcohol to what's the other group? Visibly intoxicated person and who? Minors. We cannot sell alcohol to persons under the age 21. So identify problem drinkers. You want to look for stuff like that: flush face, messed up clothing, watery eyes. Okay, they call it what, that cow eye, or owl eye, or something like that. Sweating a lot because that liquor comes out their pores. They're sweating. It's got to come out some kind of way. It's got to come out. Okay. Now let's talk about this, page 33. How to deal with customers in a non-confrontational manner. Okay? Be on the lookout for warning signs of intoxication. Quick thinking on your part may prevent escalated situations and problems. Okay? You need to be on the lookout. And that comes back to Omar. Page 33 is where we're at. That comes back to Omar. Server intervention. Slow down the service of alcohol. You see somebody, excuse me, ma'am. Somebody like that. You don't have to be nasty with people. You have the final word. You have the liquor. I can't make you give the liquor to me. If I'm going to be aggressive, ma'am, you better come over here and get me some liquor. You're going to call the police, okay? So you make sure you have the final word. Just remain calm and respectful. Always get your general manager involved in the situation. You don't have to get nasty. I've heard people: you're drunk. You've had enough. I'm not giving you. I've seen people like that. Get your drunk so-and-so. That's going to do what? Escalate a situation and cause problems. Aggravate. They're drunk. What if it's a mean drunk?
What if they got a gun?
What if they have a gun or a knife? You can't talk to me like that. All the thing you got to do is show compassion, but be firm. You don't have to give in to them. Okay? All right? Server intervention. Slow down the service of alcohol when you see somebody that's like that and they're cutting up. Until you're getting to the manager and you walking by them, excuse me, they're doing like that. Slow down the service. Slow it down all the way down. You see the person is what? Visibly intoxicated. Delay the service of drinks. Never short pour. Do you know what short pour is?
Not give them the entire amount.
Absolutely. Never short pour. Okay? This will make him or her angry and only make matters worse. It's illegal to short pour. If I'm paying you for a double shot of Crown, you better give me a double shot of Crown, or you should have stopped the service a long time ago. In these classes, I have a lot of people tell me that they've short poured. I've had a lot of people say that, and I'm telling them, don't do that. Be firm. You need to put your big girl pants on, big man pants on, and face these people. Be respectful, but be firm. Okay? If they say, I want a double shot of Crown, and you give them one shot and fill the rest up with Coke, give me a double shot of Crown with Coke. But they've been drinking all day. You want them to stop drinking, but you don't want to face them and tell them. You're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble for that, okay? You need to face the person, be firm, and let them know. That's their business that they're drinking. The thing that you want to offer is responsible serving, okay? Okay, if they want another drink, they cannot be visibly intoxicated. All right. So now they're in there and you're short pouring. I've had a lot of people tell me that. Don't do that. If they're paying you for a double shot of Crown, you need to be serving a double shot of Crown. If they're visibly intoxicated, you cannot serve them anything. This will make matters worse, and it's illegal to short pour. Suggest food. You have a person that's sitting at the bar just drinking. Suggest food. Eating slows down the absorption of alcohol in the body. Fries, hamburgers, tacos, deep fried dishes, greasy foods will coat the stomach. Suggest food, and you will have people that sit right there, leave their drink, go to the restroom to urinate, to relieve themselves, to come back to do what? To continue to drink. That person is being overserved, okay? And a lot of things, what people don't realize, they'll say, well, where's Uncle Ruka Booga, okay? He's over in there. He just came back from the bar, and he's in there passed out. He went to sleep. No, he's drunk. He just happened to make it to the bed. But some people don't make it to the bed. It happens to them in the cars, in the vehicles, and that's how they kill up people, because it's a depressant and it brings you down and they black out, okay? So suggest food. Eating slows down the absorption of alcohol in the body. Suggest non-alcoholic drinks, such as soft drinks, coffee, soft drinks, and juice. Suggest non-alcoholic drinks, okay? Suggest something like that, all right? That's server intervention. You as a server is trying to intervene. Let's go to the next page. Now we're going to talk about server prevention, okay? Refusing service to a customer can be very difficult. It's intended for every customer who comes in your establishment or place of work to have a good time. Please be mindful of how dangerous it is for a drunk person to get behind the wheel of a vehicle. Your decision to not serve an intoxicated customer not only could save your job and keep you out of jail, but it could save someone else's life. When it's time to cut service off to an intoxicated customer, when you've got to stop service, not you're drunk, you've had enough. Okay, here we go. Be polite and courteous, but firm. Be friendly. Don't back down. Do not bargain with the customer. Let the customer know that you want him or her to make it home safely. Remain calm and respectful. Avoid arguing. Don't make the customer angry with embarrassing comments like you're drunk, you've had enough. It's okay for you to let your customer know that your job is on the line and you could be held liable for their actions. Offer to call a friend or family member. Ask a third party to intervene, like another responsible coworker, the manager. Notify your manager. Call a cab. Please keep in mind that the last resort is to call the police on someone. We don't want to call the police on customers. But if your customer is persistent and becomes unruly, call the police. Always serve safe, okay? Identifying underage drinkers, page 35. Here we go. Never assume that all customers are of legal drinking age. As a server of alcohol, it's your responsibility to ensure every customer you serve alcohol to is 21. If you serve or sell alcohol to a customer under 21, you will be what? Criminally liable. It is illegal for you to sell alcohol to a person in the state of Tennessee who is not 21. Anytime you serve alcohol to a customer, you always have the right to ask for valid ID, showing that they're of legal drinking age. Valid ID is what? An unexpired government-issued document, acceptable by you, the permit holder, with a valid photograph and birth date. Examples of valid identification: driver's license, state-issued ID, military ID, passports, temporary identification issued by the state. That temporary ID, handgun permit. Now, here's something about the temporary ID. The temporary ID is, I think, 14 days when people have it. Some establishments will tell you you can't use that. You've got to go by what your establishment is saying. Your establishment can raise the bar. In other words, your establishments can say, you got to be 25 before you come in here. But they can't say you can come in here and buy liquor at 19. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. They can say
they can raise the bar.
They can raise the bar. They can say and there are some establishments that give just what? A 2-drink minimum. It's only 2 drinks here. They can say that. But you can't say, oh, since it's a 2-drink minimum and you're drunk, we're going to serve you anyway. Because the law is they can't have what? Nothing if they're intoxicated. But if they're okay and they're fine, the establishment can say, we only serve 2 drinks here. because they kind of like some establishments want to play it safe. But it depends on where you work at. The rules are different, okay? So examples of valid ID: driver's license, state issued ID, military ID, passport, temporary identification issued by the state, handgun permit, okay? Because we're saying acceptable ID is valid government issued document with a valid photograph and birth date. Examples of invalid identification: social security card. I don't have my ID, but I have my social security card. Casino card, that's not valid. School identification. I went to the university with people 17 years old. Okay, that doesn't mean because they have university ID that they're of legal drinking age. Prison ID. There are a lot of people who get out of prison and they have jail ID. That is not a valid form of identification. Damaged ID, unable to read. Damaged ID, unable to read. Okay, now I'm going to show you some IDs. Now that is what's going on with that?
That's been marked over or something.
That's been marked over. And what is she trying to hide?
Her age.
Her age, because you cannot see her age. So if you are the permit holder, is this a valid form of ID?
No.
Absolutely not, because it's unacceptable and it is damaged, okay? This young man here, okay? What's going on with his photo?
He put another photograph on it.
Absolutely. And the first thing you're looking at is his photo and his date of birth. It says he was born 12/10/1945. That would make him 24 years older than me. He doesn't appear to be 60-some years old. So you've got to look at stuff like that. And at the bottom it has for his race, Caucasian. You see what I'm saying? So you got to look for stuff, okay?
Vote on that.
Now this is a government issued document.
FBI.
But where is the what? Date of birth.
Right.
There's no date of birth.
So that's not any.
Absolutely, that's no good. This is student ID, and that's not valid, okay?
No.
Okay, people have work ID. They have work ID. That's not valid.
No.
This press pass that's saying official press identification. That's officially what? Nothing.
Right.
Anybody can make one of them up.
Absolutely. And this right here is a little boy with a mustache. That is fake identification, okay?
It sure is.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is the photo. Make sure it matches the person in front of us. Be mindful. People change hair color, gain, lose weight, get tans. But physical characteristics generally never change. The person's eye shape, shape of head, size of face. Yes, that's nose, their mouth. Generally never change. Make sure it matches the person in front of you. You want to always serve safe. Let's go to 36 and talk about tools for identifying customers under the age of 21. Just ask the customer if he or she is 21. Tools and steps for identifying customers under the age of 21. Just ask the customer, are you 21 years of age? If it's some young person, they may get nervous and do what? Run out the door. You never know. Pay attention to the customer's body language. Is the customer avoiding eye contact? Are they acting nervous? If you ask me, am I 21? I have no reason to be nervous with you. You know what I'm saying? If a person is of legal drinking age, they have no reason to display a nervous response. If your customer says that they're 21, ask the customer to remove their ID from their purse or wallet. Visually inspect it. Always hold the ID in your hand. Physically inspect it to make sure it's not damaged or the birthday absolutely broken half. Physically inspect it. Altered or damaged ID is invalid. Take a good look at the photo. Does it match the person in front of you? Be mindful. People change hair color, gain, lose weight, get tans, but physical characteristics generally never change. For example, the person's eye shape, shape of face, size of head generally never change. All right, let's take part 3 review, guys. Do you have any questions so far?
No, you covered it pretty wonderful.
All right. Number 1, what's the minimum age a person must be to serve alcohol?
18.
18.
You got to be 18 to serve, to sell, to pour. Number 2, what is the legal consumption age in the state of Tennessee?
21.
21. Number 3, a law allowing victims to sue their families to sue vendors, retailers, and servers for monetary damages. Dram shop liability law. Number 4, drink counts. 1 12-ounce beer equals how many drinks? One drink. And number 5, if a person is not stopped at the front door of an establishment, is it okay to go ahead and serve them because they're sitting up in there even if they look too young to drink? Meaning that they made it past the door person. They're up in there. You don't know how they got in there, but your intuition is telling you this person is under the age of 21. And just because they're sitting up in there, is it okay to just go ahead and serve them? Absolutely not. Okay, guys, you've been wonderful. This concludes our part 3. We're almost there to our test. So we're going to move on and we're going to go on to part 4. Do we have any questions?
You covered it pretty good.
Oh, Miss Sybil, thank you so much. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. So we're going to move along. Okay. All right. Let's get us stopped.